full-on chaos in our nation's capital as thousands of pro-Hamas and anti-American protesters take to the streets. And yes, I do mean pro-Hamas. Their own flags and statements make it clear this is not just pro-Palestinian. Voicing opposition to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech before Congress. Nearly 24 people arrested, many just then released. The protesters defacing American monuments, ripping down the American flag in favor of Hamas's, and clashing with police. As of this moment, we have yet to hear anything directly from President Biden. His senior deputy press secretary managed to put out a comment saying, quote, identifying with evil terrorist organizations like Hamas, burning the American flag or forcibly removing the American flag and replacing it with another is disgraceful. Every American has the right to peacefully protest, but shamefully, not everyone demonstrated peacefulness. Good. But what kept the president from issuing a statement directly condemning what we saw yesterday in Washington? I think we know the answer. Well, last night, President Biden delivered his 11-minute speech quitting the White House, explaining why he's quitting his bid for a second term, making brief mention that he will continue to call out hate and extremism, and of course, bringing up January 6th. That was followed by an ice cream social with his staffers on the White House grounds, as noted by NBC's Peter Alexander. As for Vice President Kamala Harris, shortly before we went to air, she finally issued a statement on the unpatriotic protesters, only once she was under fire from J.D. Vance and others for saying nothing. In the statement, she condemns individuals, quote, associating with the brutal terrorist organization Hamas and condemns the burning of the American flag. Meantime, on Capitol Hill, roughly half of their Democratic colleagues, roughly half in Congress, skipped the address by Mr. Netanyahu on Wednesday, including former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Congressman Jim Clyburn, and of course, AOC. One who did choose to attend, Michigan Congresswoman and squad member Rashida Tlaib, who wore a Palestinian flag pin as a sitting American member of Congress and a keffiyeh, and repeatedly held up a sign reading war criminal and guilty of genocide as Mr. Netanyahu spoke. Outside, it was just bedlam and disgust. I just can't believe what I saw in the nation's capital yesterday. The terrorist sympathizers making comments like this one to Fox News' Griff Jenkins.
You saying you would support Hamas?
Are you saying you support genocide? What does Hamas have to do with 20,000 babies and children massacred and butchered? Women and families, 400 universities flattened, schools flattened, hospitals flattened, dozens of hospital workers murdered. Do you think that has anything to do with Hamas or humanity? It's human rights. For human rights, not Hamas.
What about the hostages? What do you say about the hostages that have been held in captivity?
On October 7th, most of those people were killed by Israeli forces using the Hannibal Directive. Hello, wake up.
All right, so that's obviously not been proven to be the case, but the protesters are getting very passionate out here.
Yeah, she seems nice. Timcast News also capturing this. Protesters burning the American flag, chanting Allahu Akbar. Hello. You're not allowed to do that when it belongs to the federal government. You want to burn your own flag? Go for it. That's the beauty of living in America. You can do and say stupid, offensive things. But stealing federal property and burning it is a no-no. We used to refer to that as a crime. They also, you could see, had put up an effigy of Benjamin Netanyahu.
Burn that shit! 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 Burn that shit!
One guy grabbed the burning flag and made a run for it, trying to save it. It was actually pretty great. And then this crazy ass mob ran after him and tried to attack him, even once they ripped the burning flag back from the guy. They wanted to hurt him. Nice group of people. Those American flags were ripped from their rightful place outside of D.C.'s historic Union Station and burned. How did the media respond? Well, apparently Politico was upset that Republicans were upset. Quote, Republicans pounce after Netanyahu protesters burn U.S. flags and wave Hamas ones instead. That was an actual tweet sent out by Politico. What are you doing, Politico? That is the wrong headline. Republicans pounce. They know this is a thing. Why do they keep doing it? Yet another example of how out of touch they are. Real Clear Investigations, Mark Hemingway put it a very different way, and I think he's closer to the truth. On one side, he has in his post former President Trump, bloodied fist in the air with Old Glory waving behind him. On the other, anti-American protesters burning our flag. As he puts it, the ad writes itself. When the dust settled yesterday, American patriots took matters into their own hands, and good for them. There was a very sweet scene after it all settled down involving former FCC chairman Ajit Pai, who I really love. This guy, he's so reasonable. He's such a nice Twitter follow. He had biked over. He wasn't looking for attention. He was doing this privately, but Breitbart was there documenting the scenes, and they saw him do something that the others weren't doing, which was he biked over to place his own personal flag at the scene. Breitbart captured it. Good for them. Clearly did not realize who they were talking to. And listen as he explains why he felt it was important to do this.
Sir, I see you putting the American flag there. Just wondering why you're doing that.
So I'm an American citizen. I'm proud of my country, and I don't like the fact that the flags are taken down.
So we're just happened to be visiting D.C. today, or?
No, I lived in the D.C. area.
Okay.
I was in the government for a long time and served for many years, including the prior administration and the FCC. And I love this country and everything it stands for. I'm as strong a believer in the First Amendment as you'll ever find, but I also do not like the fact that our nation's capital has been defaced and defiled in certain ways, and in particular the flag being taken down. So I thought the least I could do is take the one flag that I could move from my house and bring it here to make sure that the Star-Spangled Banner still waves over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
God love him. Isn't that amazing? Again, not looking for attention, just did it privately because it was important to him. And I'm right there with you, Ajit. Thank you for doing that. When darkness fell, several lawmakers went out there. This is a great piece of the story, and restored the American flag to its proper place at DC's Union Station. Congressman and former Navy SEAL Dan Crenshaw among them. Good for you, Congressman. He's been on the program before as well. Writing that a group of them, including the Speaker of the House and many veterans, went out there and restored the Stars and Stripes to their rightful place, saying it took a while to get it done because the Hamas supporters broke the connections on the flagpole with the lines, but DC police helped them out and got them zip ties to get it up. I love that. Look at this. It's great video. They did the best they could on finding the flags to put up. They said they're going to replace them with better ones and, I guess newer. But what a great gesture. What a great gesture. Restores your faith in humanity. Okay, so that was a remarkable story yesterday. And I have to say, I've had enough of the lawlessness and the disrespect of our country. I don't want to listen to Allahu Akbar watching an American flag burn in our nation's capital as they threaten patriots who try to protect the flag. That's not us. I don't know what that is. But we need to fight against it. We need to call attention to it. And we need the media to understand that the headline is not Republicans pounce, okay? The headline is people supporting a terrorist group that right now have American hostages in their custody, came to Washington, burned our flag, and chanted Allahu Akbar, and then tried to attack American citizens and cops. That's the story. Do you owe back taxes? Pandemic relief is now over. Along with hiring thousands of new agents and field officers, the IRS has kicked off 2024 by sending over 5 million pay-up letters to those who have an unfiled tax return or have a balance owed. Don't waive your rights and speak with them on your own. Don't do that, for God's sake. Tax Network USA, a trusted tax relief firm, has saved over $1 billion in back taxes for their clients, and they can help you too. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, they can help you. Whether it's business or personal taxes, even if you have the means to pay, or if you don't, if you're on a fixed income, they can help finally resolve your tax burdens once and for all. Call 1-800-245-6000 for a private free consultation, or just visit tnusa.com/Megyn. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.